10 years old, we're grown. This woman is grown. These people are grown with children, lifestyles, and they're married. And yet again, you don't have children, you're not married, and your lifestyle is falling apart. YouTube, what's going on, you guys? This is your boy J.DAREL, and we are back with another edition of Recapping It with Jay, giving you laughter, realness, and reality. Before we get into this week's episode of Loving Hip Hop New York, go make sure you thumbs this video up. If you're just stopping by this video and like what you see, you like the vibe, you like the energy, or you like what I'm talking about, go ahead and take the time to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you click the notification bell, so not only do you become a saint, not only are you privy to the church announcements, but you are also privy to everything there is J.DAREL and the brand. Live, every time I post, every time I upload, you will be the first person to know and get the updates. So go ahead and click the notification button, make sure it rings so you get all the updates and all the things that is J.DAREL. So we're going to go ahead and get into this week's episode of Loving Hip Hop New York. Season 10, Episode 4, Some Stinky Big Business. We kick off this first episode, and we keep it after the first scene, finishing off where we left off on last week's episode. As Yandy and Chrissy is going back over of what it is. Yandy explaining to her like, girl, it ain't even what it is. I read the article, I said this, said that. What's going on ain't got nothing to do with you. This has everything to do with a person I call friend who's taking information that we had and we discussed privately and taking it to you as if it's just this big ordeal. I got too much stuff going on to be really just worried about you. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. And Chrissy's talking about the hand movers and what she do. She feel very uncomfortable. Well, see, this is my thing with you. That's why you 11 years old. It's not too much you need to be doing. And second of all, if you feel comfortable, do not come to a confrontation, no situation with your attitude. How do you feel comfortable? Why would you feel comfortable coming into an uncomfortable situation? You came into the situation where they was arguing, yelling in each other's faces. But now you come in a confrontational environment, being confrontational, but then you feel uncomfortable because Yandy is doing this and doing this, is not backing down with your wannabe bully attitude. So now you feel that you have to boss up and think that you're going to be this old Christy that you just buck up and everybody just bow down. It's not that. This is 10 years old. We're grown. This woman is grown. These people are grown with children, lifestyles, and they're married. And yet again, you don't have children. You're not married, and your lifestyle is falling apart. 50 years old, still running behind a man who don't want you. So let's cut it out with all this. Let's be real. Let's be honest. Miss Botox and Lace Front can take y'all hairlines and go somewhere and sit down. Both of y'all moles can go sit down somewhere. Basically, it really didn't give much, but it was Joe and Tahiri basically meeting up, shopping for clothes for the wedding. Of course, reality TV time, the wedding's in 2 weeks, but they're going to drag it out for 5 weeks. But it's in 2 weeks, so they're basically trying to get their clothes and stuff together so they can get to the wedding. So they talk about past relationships, talk about their past and all this other situation of how it looks with him talking and being communicative with Tahiri, knowing that they past relationship and knowing that he's going to a wedding of an ex who he has a baby by, was dating, and who was supposed to be married to. So that's basically what they were talking about it with. Really didn't give nothing. Juju, Yandy, Jonathan, and Sam basically link up at Yandy's house, and Rich and Jensky arrive and they talk about the wedding and talk about how much of a friend Safari was to Yandy and how much she values him as a brother, and how basically their relationship shift because of the small rift between her and Yandy, between Erica and Yandy, which is really not a big of a deal, but because Safari is trying to stay clear of the drama, anything that has been or is or currently is a problem with Erica, he tends to not want to bring her that drama. One, they're planning a wedding, which is stressful. 2, they're together. And 3, he just don't want to be around the drama and put her in an uncomfortable situation. So anything that is of drama, could possibly be of drama, or if it's not solidified as clear if there was past drama, then he basically steers his way about it because he doesn't like being in awkward situations, which we'll find out later on the last scene. After that, the next thing is freshen up links with his baby mother and his kids, and basically tells her about the label, what's going on, the updates of what he's working with Jenski, and what he's prone to do about that situation. Basically let her know that, hey, let me handle this before I bring you in, because the last time I brought you in on the business and we were working together, you pulled up to one of the artists' video shoots with your goons and tried to fight and jump her. And we're not having it. If I'm going to go do business, if I'm going to be in the entertainment business and do business and get clients, we're not going to have that conversation. We're not going to have this confrontation. We're not going to have this reputation of you just pulling up just because you're fat, ugly, and insecure. We're going to get to that. She's very insecure. And you can tell every time he's around a beautiful woman who's very curvaceous and skinny, who has nice, beautiful hair, whether it's a wig, weave, or lace front and lashes, she's insecure because she is not that. And you can tell that she went through 20 years of trauma, 20 years of him still cheating, and she still has belly fat and all kinds of stuff from having the kids and her being at home. And she's insecure when he's out doing him because he has not shown her, he has not secured her in that sense. So on her defense, I get it, but in a sense, you're a grown woman. Why are you fighting these youngsters out here when you need to be out here trying to help your man make money? Claiming that she's from the projects or whatever. It's just, girl, you looking real foolish out here in these streets. You look too old. If you're not old, you look too old to be out here doing this. And you look too old to even to be coming out your shoes over a 16-year-old girl who's not even interested in your man, who actually look like a damn mole rat. Nobody wants him, okay? He doesn't have enough clout to even be intimate with him in that sense. Both of them on Love and Hip Hop. You're on Love and Hip Hop. They both chasing after a check. So it's no hierarchy here and resemblance of what she needs to do to get on. And from what I'm looking at and from what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing, what the cameras are editing, she has a pretty good mindset, has a really good head on her shoulders to know what to do and what not to do. So stop it. Safari meets with Erica, and they're basically in the house that they're renting while they're in New York, because that's where the wedding is going to be taking place. So it's all the planning. So she's down there stressing herself out. He comes down, it's like, hey babe, you coming to bed? And she's like, no, I have to get this invitations and stuff finalized and done so we can get them sent out, because we're in a crunch. We only got 3 weeks to plan it, and we're down to the 2nd week, and we need to get this done. And things of that nature. So she starts crying and stressing out, and they have the conversation of Yandy, because she's supposed to be coming, but it's not confirmed, and things of that nature, because her and Yandy has a pretty much rocky relationship, even though they never really had any beef, but there have basically been discussions and things said, and she has commented on things that Yandy did not like, vice versa. And you already know how Safari is. He wanted to stay clear of the drama, so he said, you know what, I just uninvite her. Once he said, I'm going to go ahead and clear it, and then backpedals and text Yandy to kind of peek her head to see where she was with the situation of the whole coming to the wedding shoot. And she texted him back and confirmed it when they was at Jenniski's showcase, and confirms that, hey, before we do that, I need to make sure that, me and your girl is not on good space. I want to make sure before I come to something that's very sentimental and very important to her that we're on good terms. But I have no problem with showing up. And if not, then I just go ahead and sit this one out. So it basically let her know that, hey, once me and your girl get on good terms, then I have no problem with coming and supporting y'all, because we'll be on good terms. We'll be good. But he did not tell he did not tell Erica that. So when she found out at the showcase, she was, pretty perturbed, because you didn't tell me that, even though it wasn't a big deal, but you should have told me, and I shouldn't have found out from her. And we shouldn't even have this argument or this discussion about it if you're going to go ahead and, invite her. So that clears up that whole storyline with Erica, Safari, and Safari and Yandy. I think it showed up as a bonus, but I don't know how and when they fit this in. But Yandy meets up with Safari, and she talks and basically pours her heart out to him about, him being distanced, and this important day coming up, and her not being invited, and things of this nature. And literally, I almost slapped the hell out of him, because here is this person you valued as a sister, and you cried on this girl's shoulder and talked to her man and became very good friends for her husband, and now you treat her cold. I mean, she's expressing the heart into you, and you just basically just dismiss the hell out of her feelings. And this, I'm like, what? I'm like, I understand. It's just, it was real corny to me that you couldn't express or couldn't be there for her and couldn't console her, knowing what type of relationship and knowing how much she was there for you when she did not have to be. But that kind of really just made me mad and look at Safari at a different way. But then he further explains, like, well, when it comes to situations like that and awkward situations, I shut down and don't know how to express myself. So I get it, but dude, you gotta find a different way to do that. You can't be married with kids and dealing with emotion and women and you don't know how to express yourself or handle or console a woman when she's going through those many different emotions and things like that. It's almost like, didn't your mother and your sister teach you anything? Yandy and business partner Jamila talks to and meets up with the the mayor. And basically what they're wanting to do is talk about buying some lots and a whole bunch of properties in the neighborhood so they can go ahead and build on it. And they want to get his permission and his blessing before doing it, because they want to do this program where they're basically taking the kids and the youth and the young adults off the streets and things like that, especially if they have been had any type of felony or misdemeanor charges on them, where it'd be hard for them to get a job, so they won't go to the drug game or get into something that would be considered as fast money, that they'll be able to teach Yandy in the program and things like that. We'll be able to teach them a trade on how to work and get this money legitimately and a lot of money doing it. So once you want to teach them a new and another way of life. Yeah, so basically Jamila and Yandy basically talks about what happens, how congratulating to have them meeting with the mayor, how everything went. But Jamila goes on to tell him that, hey, so after Yandy tells Jamila what happened at Jonathan Fragrance launch, she goes like, yeah, because remember that picture that we posted when we met with Greg that time? You know, I posted it on my Instagram, and then Greg ended up reposting it and commenting on it and everything. She's like, yeah, the picture I commented on. She said, yeah, Greg took it down. So I called him. He's like, what's that? Why you take it down? And she was like, I'm working with Chrissy, and Chrissy felt some type of way and took it down. And also stopped some other business ventures that we were getting ready to start with Greg as well. And Yandy was like, wow. This even goes on to the meeting of them meeting up, because you know, Chrissy met with Greg earlier in the episode and was like, did you work with Yandy? He's like, yeah, I worked with Yandy, or I talked to Yandy. She wanted me to do some business ventures, but I told her, yeah, we'll work together, but she never followed up with me. And then other than that, it's like, and then even going back into now that Yandy and Chrissy meets up, and she has this persona like, yeah, I got one up on Yandy, and goes so far and you despise this girl, and you will go so far with you being 50 years old to go into the documentation to try to see if they work together and try to find her name, when Yandy's like, sweetie, it's not going to be in my name. I'm the one who signed the checks, and the check is going to be within my company name. So whether information that you call yourself looking for, you're not going to find, because you already don't have the information. And at the end of the day, why are you so butthurt that he will work with me or have any interest in working with me anyway? Sweetie, because all you're doing, we're buying lots and properties and teaching children. All you're doing is getting money off of refurbished houses. And I felt that in my spirit, because that's where it was. She always had this vendetta against you, and you always want to be one up because you're 50 years old and you're just now getting to the point where you're being your own boss. And you feel like Yandy was doing this, oh, you're a liar, you're this. But Yandy, and you're talking about, well, I don't do this and I don't like Yandy because she disrespected the person who gave her start. No, she did not disrespect the person who gave her the start. She actually got you together. And at the end of the day, if it was so point of, oh yeah, he gave her start, where is he now? Because of any person that gave anybody a start would be at a legendary status, and he is not legendary. You can't just hate on, it can't come to, oh, she's this and she's this. Just say, hey, it is what it is. I have no beef. Let's go on and let's do business. Oh, it's not this and it's that. Girl, you got a vendetta against Yandy because Yandy came up and you thought she wouldn't. You thought she would always be the help. So now she's coming up. She's this boss. She's this person that everybody likes and looks up to. She has so many businesses, and she's married. She has kids. Though he's in jail with the felony charge, but she's still doing way better than you are, and you are 50 plus years old with an AARP insurance policy. Let's stop it with the pettiness. Let's stop it with trying to stop this and talking about, well, if you won't have a problem and I'm so-called taking money out of your children, if it's that, then you need to stop pissing the people off who try to help you. And girl, you ain't got nothing. Let's stop it like you just got this so much clout in New York. Well, if you say don't work with anybody, it's going to happen. You have no credibility. You're not even, or you weren't even married to Jim. And the thing is, it's crazy that you invested all this time into him and all this doing this and going to bat for him, where at the end of the day, his actions is paternal onto your business venture where you have to pick up the slack of what he's not doing. And he still does not want to marry you. That is what's not making me not like Chrissy and making me, it pisses me off every time she walks on my screen with that demeanor and this whole bully mentality like somebody's supposed to bow down to. You have nothing to bow down to at all. So quit it with the foolishness, please. It's really becoming annoying and it's really pissing me off that after 10 years, you still have this vendetta and you still have not grown. You're too grown for this bullcrap. And it's ridiculous. It really is. Jeniski has the showcase and Richard invites all the heavy hitters in New York out to support her because he really wants to work with her. So he's going to pull out the bag so at the end of the day he can show her what he has done for her thus far for free so that she signed with him, which we further out and find out in future episodes of which we already signed and know which areas she wants to go. She's talking to, after she performs and do her thing, Richards congratulates her and she also talks to Air Freshener. So while he's congratulating her as well and talking about the performance, how good she done, and also he is in hoops about all the heavy hitters big nuts. So it's basically looking like he's really not doing nothing and has nothing to offer with this label he's trying to do, according to what Rich has and what he is and how he's a veteran in the game. So at the end he's touching on her and grabbing her hand, but at the moment this is where it gets messy because I do feel like producers told her to come up and pull up at this moment, and this is where the drama kicks off. Jen comes in and all hell breaks loose. She makes threats and things like that towards Jeniski. Jeniski's like, girl, ain't nobody scared of you. I'm not the one to play with. And he's playing with her and pissing her off, and she loses her temper, and Air Freshener take Jen the man outside and calms her down and getting the Jeep and goes off. So that's that. See you on the next episode. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe on this video. Make sure you thumbs this video up and make sure you share it on all social media sites. I want to know your thoughts, so please go ahead and leave your comments on the video. Leave your comments on the episode. I'd love to converse with you on that situation. And definitely, I will see you on the next episode. This is J.DAREL, stepping out of the sanctuary, giving you laughter, realness, and reality. Peace.